Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today because y'all already know it's Sunday. So we're gonna go ahead and have margaritas and makeup today, okay? Now I have a little pre-made Jose Cuervo light margarita and that's what I'm feeling today. So if you need to press pause and go grab your little brunch drink of choice, go ahead and do that and come back because we are doing some eyeshadow palette talk today. My heart. Okay, so we are in the middle of summer and I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about their favorite summer eyeshadow palettes, and I thought it would be fun to look through my collection and do the same thing. So today I'm talking about 12 eyeshadow palettes that remind me of summer. So if that sounds like something you want to see, keep on watching this video, and if makeup is your therapy, definitely consider subscribing and joining the community because I would love to have you back. All right, and let's get started. So I was just thinking, like, what constitutes a summer palette? So when I think about summertime, I think about being outside. I do a lot of walking. I think about nature. I think about the beach, water, and then I think about bright colors. So I'm not sure if that's what y'all think about, but that's what I think about. So I'm gonna do 12 palettes. Some are old, some are new, but either way, they remind me of summer and give off those summer vibes. Palette number 1 goes to Nomad Cosmetics America's Parks palette. Now I am wearing this palette today, but this is definitely not a traditional summer look as far as I'm concerned, but I think this palette is a great summer palette. It just really has an outdoorsy theme that I really like. It just reminds me of nature and hiking and trails. And when I did my research on how they came up with the shades and the color choices, I just thought this would be a great one for the summertime. It's not like your typical bright beachy vibes palette, but it is an earthy and outdoorsy theme, and so that's why this is on the list. When you take a look at the shades up close, you can definitely see the beauty in this palette. Now I have rubbed off some of the embossings that were on there, but you definitely have some rainforest, Everglade type shades. You've got your canyons, you've got the sun, you've got the caves. I mean, this just encompasses outside and traveling and vacationing for me. And because I'm not really doing any serious vacationing, at least not by myself, I just thought this would be a great palette to have on the list as number 1. Palette number 2 is an oldie but goodie in my collection, and this is one of the neon palettes by Huda Beauty. As you know, she likes to come out with these mini 9 pans from time to time, and this is one of the ones that she's come out with that aren't those nude shades that all kind of look the same. So I really love the neon shades in here. You've got fuchsia, fuchsia matte, fuchsia shimmer, you've got orange, you've got this like yellowy orange. I mean, to me, this definitely gives off some summer vibes, some tropical looks that you can do with this palette. And I thought it would be really cool to have this one on the list because it's one I don't reach for too often. In fact, the last time I reached for this palette was at the beginning of quarantine. There was actually a Lysol bottle that had these exact same colors, and I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of the Huda Beauty neon palette. If I can find a picture, I will definitely pop it up, but that's when I was like just getting into makeup. But this is a cute little nifty summertime palette, you know, if you're going somewhere like a carnival or something like that. I just thought this one was cool for the summer, so that's number 2. Number 3 is gonna go to the Venice Fling palette. Now this was the collab between Bailey Sarian and Estate Cosmetics, and this palette was inspired by Venice Beach in California, and here's what it looks like. The names of the palette: Bonfire, Soul, Ocean Ave, roller skates, tan lines. Those all make me think of summer, and that's why I thought this would be a great one to have on the list. I also like this palette because even though you can do some of these summery, like sunny vibes, you can do some sunset vibes too. You got this purple, you've got this brown here. You could do a little bit of a smoky situation. Some brown. Yeah, it's like a brown. But yeah, I thought this one was cool to include. Kind of reminds me, especially like the bonfire of maybe being outside on the beach at nighttime. That's the vibe that this palette gave me, so I wanted to include this as number 3. Now, you know, this was a limited edition palette. You can find it on Mercari though. Palette number 4 is the Malibu Barbie palette, which is a collaboration with ColourPop. Yes. I think right away you can tell why I included this. I just see elements of sun and fun as well as the beach. I see sunrise, sunset, the shade names, Let's Go Party, Best Coast, Boardwalk, Surf's Up, SoCal, West Coast, Make Waves. This palette definitely gives me some summer vibes. And here comes a kid. Okay, thanks. Now he just wanted to do that because he already, never mind, let's just go ahead with what I'm doing. But yeah, actually this is a really, really cute palette, y'all. If you like little Barbie looks, little girly looks, this palette is perfect for it. It's a little cute and petite. I haven't even reviewed this yet, but it's cute. I've already used it. See, I done lost my train of thought fooling with August. Palette number 5 goes to the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. This is just such a beautiful palette. I just don't know what to say about it. It's just got some really great shades. And if you're a warm tone lover, like this is such a great palette because you can do a bit of a neutral look, but then you have these like flames, like these little flame pops of color here. And Natasha Denona, I just think that her mattes are really her shining star. But there are just some really great shades in this palette that definitely give me those summertime vibes. Like, I mean, it says sunrise, so yeah, like being out at the sunrise, I guess. I was gonna say sunset, but she has a sunset palette, which I ordered. And with this color story, it's just not hard to put a look together. I just think they all go together extremely well. And you can have more of a berry toned, purpley kind of mauvey look. Mauve is not the word. And then you can have more of a kind of a gold bronze look. And I just like both of those color stories, or you can mix them all up and it's gonna be beautiful no matter what you do. So I thought this would be a great choice to put on the list. But y'all know it's really no like rules to what palette you can wear in what season. I don't really go by that, but I just thought it would be fun to like go through my collection and see like when I looked at it, which one screams summer to me. But you can do what you want. Palette number 6 goes to the Citrata palette by Glam Shop. I'm not even gonna start about Glam Shop and the awesomeness of this brand. As you can see, this is a very citrusy yellow theme. I will say this again, and I say this pretty much every time I talk about Glam Shop palettes. They include shades in these palettes that a lot of times you find as singles in many indie brands. And for the price point, even with the shipping, it is totally worth it. This palette reminds me of like a lemon drop martini. Like the shades are just so beautiful and they're so potent. I can't. Their shining stars are their shimmers and their, you know, duochromes. Their mattes are okay. They work great on the eye, but it's not like when I think about my Sydney Grace mattes or my Natasha Denona mattes, but you can work with the mattes. I don't know if I would buy matte singles, but the shimmers, I can't. I gotta move on. So palette number 7 is an old palette that I recently purchased, and this is the Solar Flare palette by BH Cosmetics. Y'all, I think I got this palette for like $10 maybe. Now this is an all shimmer palette, but just the name Solar Flare and the names of the shades, Beam, Sunray, Heat, Wavelength, Fireball. You know, solar flares are what end up causing the northern and southern lights, by the way. It's when those solar flares get trapped inside the Earth's atmosphere at the weak points, which are the poles. That's what ends up causing the northern lights. But anyway, I digress. Look at this palette, y'all. Doesn't this just say solar flare, I mean sun. So this palette you might not use by itself. This might be more of a companion palette. But y'all, for $10, like, let me just show you some of the shades so you can just see what I'm talking about. But you can make these beautiful bronzy, I don't even know what to call it. You can just make these beautiful bronzy type looks that are perfect for the summer. I mean, I think you could just put one of these on your lid. You might want to use a matte, you might not want to, but hey, I don't know. All I'm saying is for $10, this is a great palette. And I know this is an old one, but what's up?
When we're on the swimming pool, can I wear an undershirt?
Why would you want to wear an undershirt in the pool?
Because it keeps me warm.
Why do you want, okay, can we talk about it after? Because you don't, tomorrow's gonna be very hot and you don't need to be warm in the pool, okay? You look very nice. You look handsome.
Go fish? No.
No, can you close my door? Yes.
No go fish?
No, you just had ice cream. August, come on, honey, because
No, you said go.
but you had, I gave you something extra. I gave you something extra.
Go fish.
Okay, now it's about to be a problem. Wait till I come out and then I'll talk to you.
No go fish.
I don't know. Ooh, look at this color, y'all. This color is called Photosphere. So, I mean, here's the thing. Now, I'm trying to think, like, to be honest with you, like last summer I didn't go anywhere. And that was really like the first summer I was wearing makeup. So, I don't know. I'm thinking that I would want to have something more light on. I'm not sure. Not light in color, but like in feel. Like, I might just want to have like a... So he just came in and dropped off Sonic and, all right. So I'm thinking in the summertime, like I might just want to have more of a, like a more natural, I don't know, I'm thinking like shimmery look. I don't know, I have to see this summer, but I'm still not going nowhere, so it's hard to tell. I don't know. But Solar Flare is a great one, and I think it's great to partner with a matte palette or just, you know, do a one and done shade on your lid. Hopefully this is making sense to y'all, because I do feel like I'm all over the place when people interrupt. So going with the one and done, and this is a palette I didn't think I would really pull out again. This is number 8, and this is the Sculpt palette, and this is by Oldie's Eye. This was part of the Non's collection. I just had to say it like that. Now, when you talk about the one and done, I really like this because you not only have your little sunshades here, you've got your nature, your forest, and your ocean shades here. This reminds me of a shade that you would see maybe, I don't know when, but I thought this would be really nice for summer. Like, Oldie's Eye's shimmers are so sparkly and beautiful, and this is making me want that collection that I did not purchase, which was the, I can't remember, but the most recent collection that they have. But you know, some of their shimmers, as you can see right here, they just remind me of like light and airy, almost like a fairy, if that makes any sense. Like some of these really sparkly ones, they would just look so nice on the eye just by itself. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about what I'm saying, because you know, look at this green. This is like nature and foresty, but it's sparkly. I just thought this would be a cute little summer palette. Now again, if you don't like all shimmer palettes, you're gonna have to pair it with something else, but the quality of Oldie's Eye is really, really nice. And yeah, like the shade names, Brilliant Fantasy, Futurism, Dream. I have nothing to do with summer, but it just reminds me of that. So when I was going through my collection, I thought this would be cool to put on the list. So yes, I'm sticking with it. Now let's move on to one of my favorite palettes. This is palette number 9. This is the Orange Sorbet palette by BH Cosmetics. This is my favorite of the sweet shops. Oh my God, I can, because this palette, oh my goodness, y'all. This palette is so gorgeous. I love these big pans because these are pans like I'm actually gonna use these. The mattes are great, the shimmers are great. There is nothing bad about this palette. You can do a lighter orange look. You can do a deeper orange look. I mean, this just, it's like mango margarita. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a citron, tangy tangy, tangerine zest. This is just all summertime vibes for me. I adore this palette, and I think I adore this palette so much because everybody was really focused on the pistachio and bubblegum palettes from the BH Cosmetics sweet shops, but this one and cherry on top, yo, I won't. Okay, this is an outstanding palette, and I didn't want to do 2 orange palettes, but where is it? Because I could just sneak it in real quick. Oh, it's over there on the floor. I didn't want to do 2 orange palettes, but Glam Shop has a paprika palette that I love as well. But these orange palettes, like aside from grungy, orange is my color. I love it so much. So now we're on palette number 10. Palette number 10 goes to the Saharan by Juvia's Place. And this is just a cute little palette that's got some nice golds and bronzes and some nice mattes. And I'm sure if you want this palette, I think it's still available and it's on sale most of the time. Juvia's Place is just a great brand, and I think their eyeshadows are really nice. I really just love these golds and these oranges, and then you've got like this nice little like a shimmery mauve type color, and then if you want to do like a smoky situation, you've got a black here. But I think this is a great palette that you can use to create some really beautiful summertime looks. And then if you don't like, you know, that whole bright orange gold vibe, you've got these 2 deep shades here, like I said, the black, and then you have this kind of it's like maybe like a grayish blue. You know, it takes you to the depths of the sea type situation. So I like this palette. I have not used this palette in a while, so this is probably something I'd like to bring back out. And I do love how you can do a traditional neutral look. You've got a really nice traditional brown shade that you can put in the transition area, and then, you know, a light shimmer if that's what you want to do. And then you can do some bold looks as well. Palette number 11 goes to the Strawberry Milkshake palette by Alien Cosmetics. Y'all, if this doesn't say summer, I don't know what does. This is a great palette, y'all. Alien Cosmetics is, to me, tried and true with their shimmers and their mattes. I love the color story. It's very different and inspiring to me because it's not something that I initially looked at and was like, ooh, I need to have that palette. You know what I mean? I just got it because I knew it was going to be good. But when I did do my looks with this palette, I felt like they turned out really nice. I remember doing like a green one, a red one, and then like combining the green and the red. I thought it was a really interesting palette. And then you can do more of a pastel type look if you choose to do that as well. So there is some versatility in this palette that I wasn't really expecting, but I do know that this color story might not be everyone's cup of tea. It might be a bit bold, but you know what I mean? I do feel like this gives me some summertime vibes. I mean, it definitely doesn't give me any winter vibes, so, and it's not necessarily spring, so, and it's damn sure not fall. So I just felt like this would be great to be on the summertime palette list. And the artwork, y'all, the artwork. Okay. And palette number 12, we are gonna finish strong with the Glam Shop again. This is the Laguna palette, y'all. You got a little mermaid on there, so you already know. I love this palette for the summertime because this just reminds me of the ocean. It reminds me of the ocean, but then, you know, maybe when the sun meets the horizon, you've got like, you know, these 2 colors here. I don't know, maybe some clouds in the sky. But this definitely reminded me of summertime. It reminded me of Laguna. You know, you've got your deep shades here when you get down to the depths of the sea. I know I said that before, but I want to say it again. And then you definitely have like your more traditional blues. Well, no, they're not traditional. There's nothing traditional about Glam Shop. Let me just say that. I'm just going to say this. If you have not tried the Glam Shop, I don't know what you are waiting for. It is just insane. Insane. I mean, I'm not even doing these swatches justice. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. But that's number 12. So Those are my 12 summertime palettes. Please let me know if you agree or if you have any to add to the list. If you do, definitely drop them in the comments below. I want to thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me today for margaritas and makeup. And I hope this was therapy to you, because it was to me. So until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe, and I will see y'all really soon. Bye.